Good to see you guys. Good to see you yesterday at the mixer. Nice little mixer. Happy to take your questions.
George, what was your reaction to Sean deciding to play calling?
Yeah, I'm not too surprised. I think he pondered it. Like he said, midway through the season, and the cool thing is he's one of the best to ever call it, and yet he's going to let this young up and comer, and that just shows you how much he believes in Davis. Yeah.
How do you feel about Sean saying that he's going to bat for you to get an extension? And is that your hope to get an extension?
Oh yeah, I mean we're so busy, this time of year, and the season went longer, which is cool, but the off season gets condensed, and so we've been rolling. That's really cool. It's not, it'll happen when it happens. I'm not too worried about it. We got a lot going on this off season. Have a busy off season. Yeah, we interviewed him, and he blew out the interview. Sean and I and a few other coaches were in there, and just the detail, the football knowledge. He never coached, but obviously son of a coach and played, and he kind of blew us away. And then we're like, okay, we'll give you a call in a few days. And Sean and I are sitting there, and like 15 minutes later, it's like, what the hell are we doing? We better get this guy back here. He's going to be gone, if he has another interview. So just a lot of that. And then, he's just the relationship he has with these quarterbacks, the way they've all kind of taken off, and the connection with the quarterback room, but the entire offense and really the defense. Is a lot of confidence, as you know. Really confident for a guy who's 31 years old. And we interviewed him. He's, 28 if you do the math. But I'm not sure I've seen the confidence for a young coach like that. And so, he's got a little swag to him. I think the players appreciate it.
Does that come from him being a quarterback?
Oh, yeah. I would think. I don't know. Everyone's different. All quarterbacks are different. He's got that juice, and he's got I'm not going to say cocky, but highly confident in his ability. And I'm sure that's from, playing at a young age.
Will that allow him to be comfortably with Sean? I wouldn't say looking over his shoulder, but Sean is a dominant person.
These guys have a great relationship. This is 3 years they've been together, and they're all involved in the game plan. All these coaches, and so they have a really good relationship, and I think it'll work great. And, like I said, the good news is you have one of the best who's ever called it, who's going to be right there. And during a game, they, different coach, it's not just one guy all the time. So. Yeah. We do. He's still a pet cat. I thought he had a really good year for a rookie, and everything that was thrown to him. And then, Dobbins gets hurt, and he comes in, and he can just do, he's dynamic with the ball in the hands. And you saw it at all stages during the season, big games, Jacksonville, Buffalo playoff, just him with the ball in the hands, his route running ability. I thought he improved first and second down. The game slowed down for him as the season went on. Couldn't be more happy about RJ. Yeah. Hey, Johnny. I think that's a good question. I thought, I saw that. I think it's, maybe they just want to be more efficient. It would be kind of cool to be home and just watching tape and grinding, yet it's the reason you want to come here is just to get in front of the players and get to know the players. It's another step in the process of trying to get to know these players in person. Face to face, the more you get to know these players, I just think the better decisions you'll make. Those teams are really sharp. Whatever it'd be good to talk to them. I haven't talked to those guys, but yeah, teach his own.
You made a big emphasis in the past couple of years to sign guys who really
Yeah.
that last year. How important is that you've done before now?
Yeah, really important. It's credit to Richard Tato and Robert Simpson. We've done, I think we've done 10 extensions in 18 months, 6 maybe since August. $400 million. Just think if we didn't get those guys wrapped up, what we'd be facing. And every offseason's a little like, wow, how are we going to but if we didn't have all those guys done, just think how more daunting the offseason would be. So really important to get ahead of it. All those players, there's a lot of All-Pros, Pro Bowl. There's a lot of good players in that list. And so we're identifying the right players, the right makeup, the right people. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think this is a pretty good linebacker class. It is a tough position for a rookie to come in and play right away, especially with some of the things we do. But yeah, I do like the depth of this class. I do. And And so we'll see it again. It's early in the process. We interviewed those guys last night. It was a sharp group, definitely.
How much does that kind of inform decisions you make on, say, guys like Justin and Alex coming on?
Yeah, I mean those like Alex and Justin. I mean those guys are. We'd love to have those guys back. We'd love to have them back. I mean those, regardless of what's in the draft, these are we see those guys as Broncos. If we let those guys leave, what do we do? Those are good dudes. It doesn't mean we can get them, right? I mean, everyone's watching tape. But, you look at both. I mean, when you're getting your plan for free agency, you look at the draft. Where's it strong there? Okay, maybe it's strong, at receiver. Maybe, so it's just, it is a balance, and you do develop your plan. So it is a good question. But with some players, man, you just want to get back regardless of the strength,
How do you balance whether you want to go more on offense or defense? I mean, obviously, your defense has been very strong. How do you balance that now in the draft?
I think you have your meetings like we've had, and you develop the musts. And Sean talks about the musts, and like you have to get those filled with good players. And so those are the ones you attack: offense, defense, special teams. We have musts for all three phases, and so those you just have to fill. I mean, it doesn't mean free agency. I mean, it doesn't always mean the draft. We got J.K. Dobbins in, I don't know, May or something, June. Yeah, so you're always looking. I mean, it never stops, and there's always something out there that hopefully can help you.
Is it different that you're on the doorstep of going to the Super Bowl? Does that change the creating more urgency because of how last season went as you film these on?
I think we're always urgent, and again, the season, man, you reset. Our team's not going to be the same, so we have to be urgent, and we don't control a lot in free agency. Guys could leave, and so I think I said in January we're going to be urgent. We're aggressive in our approach. No stone unturned. We're looking at everything, and then yet, you have to be measured and selective and make the right decisions. You can't just go crazy, just because you became 3 points. 4 point whatever, the Super Bowl. But we'll be aggressive in the approach, but really measured and try to make sound decisions.
Even though today was a first-round pick,
Yeah.
you didn't push him for more playing time. Jaquan
Yeah.
kind of kept him at bay a little bit. How do you see this working out in year two?
I mean, I think it's a great problem to have, Mike. Really good problem to have. I thought Jade took big steps. Sertan gets hurt, he goes in and plays a major role, and we win, I think, all 3 games, whatever, 2 games, I can't remember. He's right on track. Jaquan had a great year. Our secondary had a really, it's Moss and Sertan, and we love the depth. I think it's a great problem to have, and Jade's just going to keep getting better and better. Really talented. I think he can play anywhere. I think he can play outside, he can play inside. And he's shown that, he's only going to get better. Jeff? We'll see. I mean, we'll see what we do with them. We're still working through that. We want him here. I mean, certainly a team could call us. Who knows? He's one of our core players. We love having him here. No, go ahead.
You guys have been really good on the offensive line without a lot of early draft capital since you've been here. So how do you sort of balance that when you have guys under contract, you have such a good foundation?
I think you always have to look at your offensive and defensive lines. But offensive line, what's the age? You don't want to age at the same time. Minor's what we took in the 3rd, maybe Forsyth. I'm not sure who else we drafted. We were fortunate to hit. We got Palcho as a free agent, and then the next year we got Crum. And so you dig through it. Our coaches, Streif and them, do a great job of evaluating these players. I think you always have to feed the offensive line and the defensive line, to sustain success in this league. And so we'll continue to do that regardless, of how good our offensive line is.
George, how surprised were you that they get a head coaching job and how, beneficial this is?
Yeah, really surprised. I think we all felt like Vance would get a job. We love having him. I mean, he's a special leader. He's a great balance with Sean. Feel like Oliver, you can bring in a young player. What he's done with Nick Benito, and just look at all the young players, all these guys who've developed, and under VJ's watch, he has such a great presence to him. And again, I think he should be a head coach in this league. I'm really fortunate that he's here.
Two more guys. Long-term vision, getting Jade to see that extended starting line.
Palcho? Yeah, I mean, he'd never played on the left side in his career, as far as I know. I don't think even in Illinois. So it's a credit to him. I mean, he's big. he's smart, he's really tough, and it didn't always look pretty, but he played well. And so, I mean, that's just an added bonus. I mean, he played well at right tackle when he had to start there, when Mac was out. And so, again, young developmental player who's kind of hit his stride, and we're fortunate to have him.
When you look back on Ingram and Greenlaw, what was the assessment of those two?
Yeah.
Highly at times, obviously.
I think we were really glad they were both here. Dre, tone setter, obviously didn't play 10 games maybe, but when he played, he had an impact. When you bring in guys like Greenlaw, Hufanga to a really good defense, it just took us to the next level. And when Dre played, I felt like he did that. And Evan as well. I mean, look at the big plays Evan made throughout the season. Had 50 catches. I mean, and worked hard. What did he play? I think he missed one game, so maybe he played in 18 games. And so I was proud how those guys, how they worked.